Hello all, welcome to my channel. So we are covering some previous year gate questions from the subject signals and system. Moving on to the next question, we can see the question says that consider single input, single output discrete time system with xn as input and yn as output where the relation is given as yn is equals to nxn for n value limited from 0 to 10 and yn is equals to xn minus xn minus 1 otherwise. So the question is asking whether the system is a causal, non-causal or stable, non-stable system. So let's just discuss about a causal system. Causal or a non-causal system. So what is a causal system? Causal system is a system in which output of the system is independent. Output of system is independent of future values of values. That means in a causal system, the value of output can depend on the present or past inputs, but future if the values depend on future input, then it is a non-causal system. So let's just check. So this is a split type of system given to us. For n value limited to 0 to 10, the value of yn is equals to nxn. So yn is equals to nxn. So here, if we put n value to be 1, it will be x1. Here, here the output value depends on the present value. Similarly, if I put 10, here also it will depend on present value only. So no future values. And if we take this is for n 0 to 10. If we take any other value, now if we check for suppose y 20, so it will be x20 minus x20 minus 1 will be 19. So it depends on present value and the past value, but it does not depend on future value. So this type of system is a causal system. Causal system. Let's just talk about whether the system is a stable system or an unstable system. Now, what is a stable or unstable system? A stable system is that system in which whenever we are putting value of input to be a finite value, when input is finite, or you can say a very important word which is known as bounded. Bounded means that lies in between minus infinity to infinity, but not infinite or minus infinite, right? We can write it like this, right? So this is a bounded system. So when we are giving a finite input, a bounded input, the output should be also a bounded output. That condition is very famously known as BIBO, bounded input, bounded output. This condition to check the stability of any system, right? So now, if we see the function for this yn is equals to n x n. So now for this system, we have a limited range of input, a limited range of n values, that is from 0 to 10. So if we put value of output to be any value in between these value, let's just take the last value, then this is a bounded output. Since we can see it is not coming to be infinite in any case, right? Or in next otherwise it is xn minus 1. Now you put any value of n is equals to 100. It will be always a bounded input. It is never going to be an infinite value. So it is a stable system. If I give you any other option, if this system should be just like this, we make it to the other page. If you assume that the given system is just like this, now if you put n value approaching to infinite, the output will be a infinite value. Since it is a ramp signal, it will go like this. It will reach to infinite. So for a bounded input, the output is going to be unbounded. So this type of system will become a unstable system. So we know that ramp signal, what type of signal this is? An unstable signal. Also parabolic signal, you can say. All the square signals, parabolic, cube, etc., or the power signals will become unstable systems, right? So which option will be correct? So it is a causal as well as a stable system. Moving on to the next question. So next question says that a continuous time function xt is periodic with time t. The function is sampled uniformly with a sampling period Ts, in which one of the following cases is the sampled signal periodic. So it is asking that out of which of the option given below is the case where the signal is considered to be a periodic signal. A periodic signal. So we have one thing, whenever the sampling time interval is given, so the ratio T by Ts should be a rational number. Rational number. If this ratio is a rational number, then the signal is periodic, otherwise it is not a periodic signal. So if we check this, option A, T by Ts is equals to root 2. So it is not a rational number. Root 2 is not a rational number, it is a irrational number. T by Ts is equals to 1.2. Yeah, we can write it like 12 by 10, or you can say 6 by 5. So it is a rational number. So in B case, it will be periodic. It is not periodic always because it can be a irrational value, and it is also not true because if we find out the rational value, then it will be a periodic signal. Okay. Moving on to the next question. So next question says that two sequences x1n and x2n have same energy. Suppose x1n is equals to alpha 0.5 n un, where alpha is a positive real number and un is the unit step sequence. Assume x2n is under root 1.5 for n is equals to 0, 1 and 0 otherwise. So you have to find out the value of alpha. Easy question. So it is saying that energy of the signal x1n is equals to energy of the signal x2n. We have to just relate both the energies in order to find out the value of alpha, it is asking us. So let's just find out energy of x1n. So how do we find out energies in discrete time system? So energy of any discrete signal is given as n summation, because it is a discrete signal, so summation of n is equals to minus infinite to n is equals to infinite. Whatever signal is this, it's a square, right? So this is how we can find out the energy of the signal easily. So if we find out energy of signal x1n, so it is un. So un means it is starting from 0 to infinite. right? So n is equals to 0 to infinite, and the given value is alpha and 0 0.5 to the power n. So I can write it alpha 1 by 2 power n whole square, right? So it will be n is equals to 0 to infinite alpha square 1 by 4 to the power n. Now it is a infinite sequence. 1 by 4 to the power n is an infinite sequence. So summation of infinite GP will be 1 by 1 minus 1 by a, 1 by 4. So its value will become alpha square 4 by 3. So this is energy of this signal x1n. If I find out energy of signal x2n, so it is only present for n value 0 and 1. So uh, 0 summation n is equals to 0 to n is equals to 1, and its value is root 1.5, and in order to calculate energy we have to square the value. So it will be 1.5 plus 1.5, which will be equal to nothing but 3. Now we have to equate both of them. So alpha square 4 by 3 is equals to 3. According to the question, it is saying that they have same energy. So alpha square value will be equal to 9 by 4, and here I can say that alpha value will be equal to 1.5. So option B will be your correct option.